I did simple ones. Okay, so today I'm going to start with number 10. Okay, number 10 is slightly more complex because it involves factorization of a difference of 2 cubes, that's the numerator. So you have 27 p cubed minus 8 all over 27 p squared plus 18p plus 12. All right? Now, the denominator can also be factorized. Okay? So, in order to simplify this, you factorize both the numerator and the denominator. Right? The numerator, it's a difference of 2 cubes. But we need to verify if that's true. Now, 27 is a perfect cube. P cube obviously is a perfect cube. And 8 is also a perfect cube. So find the cube root of 27, which is a 3. The cube root of p cubed is a p. Then the cube root of 8 is a 2. So that's the binomial factor. Okay? And I just want you to be aware that what I'm going to do during the course of this lesson in terms of factorization is part of the investigation tomorrow. You need to know all the techniques. Right? So the trinomial, its first term is the square of the first term of the binomial. So 3p all squared, it's like this. 3p all squared, which means you get 9p squared. Okay? Then, since we have a minus here, means I'll put a plus there. Right? Then, the middle term should be the product of 3p and 2, which will be 6p. Then the last term is going to be a positive 4. You just square that 2 and then you get a positive 4. Right? So I factorized the numerator. Now I need to factorize the denominator. Okay? Now, to factorize the denominator, sometimes you have to check if there's a common factor. Always when you are factorizing, check if there is a common factor. If it's not there, then verify it's a difference of 2 squares. If it's not, then it will be a trinomial. And you have to factorize the trinomial whichever way you were taught. Either my way or how you were taught in grade 9, or you can also have a sum and difference of what? 2 cubes. Right? Sometimes you must also need to factorize by grouping, which involves factorization by a common factor. Right, so here, the denominator has got a common factor, which is a what? A 3. So I'll check out the 3, then you get 9 p squared plus 6p plus 4. Okay? Now, you can start smiling. The moment you get this 9p squared, you should click in your mind that, okay, maybe I might get the trinomial, which is similar to the one in the numerator, which is what comes out. Right? Then, since we have division, this trinomial and that trinomial can cancel out. Please, they only cancel out if one is part of a numerator, the other one is part of the denominator. Okay? That's when you cancel out. So eventually, the answer, we are going to have 3p minus 2 over 3. That will be the answer. So, the final answer will be 3p minus 2 all over 3. This is the final answer. Okay. All right, any question? Then W has got a question? Okay, don't have a question, then let's move on to another question. What? The trinomial. It's coming from a factorization of the difference. I hope you're going over it because tomorrow you are going to see this. the first term here, can you look this first term? It's a perfect cube. 8 is also a perfect cube. And there's a difference, which means it can be factorized. When you factorize the difference of two cubes or a sum of two cubes, you always get a binomial and trinomial. And I told you over the past 2 days that be very careful when you're factorizing a sum and difference of two cubes. If there's a minus in that binomial factor, the first operator, okay, it has to be addition. The first operation rather has to be addition. Okay? This one here will always be a positive for the trinomial. Okay? And how do you get the first term of the trinomial? You square the first term of the binomial. How do you get the first term of the binomial? You find the cube root of this first term. Okay? So the cube root of this is that. Right? Then this squared gives you this. The cube root of 8 is a 2. This minus here is the same minus. Right? This 6p, it comes from multiplying this 3p and that 2. After you put the plus in. So 3p times 2 gives you 6p. Then the last term of the trinomial could be equal to 2 squared, which is a 4. Please don't go to bed today without practicing. Okay? That tomorrow you'll be able to do well. Okay? If it means today you have to sleep after midnight for you to pass, then let it happen. It doesn't come cheap to pass maths. Okay? It doesn't come cheap to pass maths. And also be aware that grade 10 maths is no longer like grade 9 now. Okay? Things are going to be a little bit more challenging. Wait. Why you don't write? Did you write something? All right. Here's the class exercise. Can you do this one? Okay. You have done this in grade 9, isn't it? You're lying. Okay. Right, I'm going to show you multiplication and division. So let's start with B1. Now this is multiplication and division. Okay. Are you following? Are you following? Okay. So let's do one which has got division. Okay. One which has got division. Right. So number 3, it looks scary and tell me the factors. Factorize it. Do it somewhere in your book quickly and tell me the answer. What? X minus 2y. No. It's actually x minus 2y times x minus 2y. It's a perfect square trinomial. Remember the other day when I told you that there is a type of trinomials that are called perfect square trinomials, whereby if you factorize the trinomial, you get two identical binomial factors. So that's a perfect square trinomial. Okay? I'm not going to record this. So I just want to tell you something. After I taught you factorization, if we still don't understand factorization, I doubt that you'll ever understand it. Okay? Right? The main reason is because I'm explaining everything in very great detail. There's no reason why someone in this class can say, I can't factorize. There's no reason. Right? Okay, so let me carry